the Lakers just swept the Clippers. And the thing is, the Lakers aren't playing the most beautiful basketball in the world these last two games. I mean, the Lakers might be 2-0 in their last two, but if you just looked at their offense, you'd think they were struggling. They're sitting at 27 in points per game, which is way lower than you'd expect from a team that's undefeated. But the reason they're winning has nothing to do with lighting up the scoreboard. Their defense is carrying them in a big way, and the numbers prove just how dominant they've been compared to the rest of the league. Right now, the Lakers are playing some of the toughest defense in basketball. They're third in steals, which means they're constantly ripping the ball away and shutting down possessions before teams even get a chance to set up. Every time an opponent thinks they've got an easy look, there's a Laker swiping the ball and turning it into a fast break. That kind of aggressive defense isn't just about forcing turnovers, though. It wears teams down. When players have to constantly worry about losing the ball, it throws off their rhythm. And that's exactly what the Lakers are doing. And then there's the shot block. They're 6th in blocks, which is already impressive, but the real story is how well they're protecting their own shots. They're 1st in blocks allowed, meaning teams can't even get a hand on their attempts. That's huge. Most teams that rack up blocks also get blocked a lot themselves because they take more risks inside, but the Lakers, they're sending shots back while keeping their own attempts clean. That's a rare combination and a big reason why they're controlling games without needing a high-powered offense. Another thing that's making them elite on defense is their discipline. They're 6th in the league in fewest fouls committed, which means they're shutting teams down without sending them to the free throw line. That's a big deal. A lot of teams play aggressive defense but get sloppy with fouls, giving opponents easy points at the stripe. The Lakers aren't doing that. They're playing smart, physical basketball and making teams earn every single buck. And all of that defensive dominance is showing up in the advanced numbers. They're 7th in plus minus, meaning they're outscoring teams even though their offense hasn't been anything special. That's because they're making every possession miserable for their opponents. The Lakers are forcing bad shots, disrupting passing lanes, and controlling the glass. And when you put all of that together, it leads to wins. They've also got the 4th best defensive rating in the league, which basically means they're making it as hard as possible for teams to score. Only a few teams are playing better defense, and the Lakers are right there with the best of them. That's a huge reason why they're 2-0 despite being near the bottom of the league in points per game. Their net rating is also 6th, which shows they're playing better overall basketball than most teams in the league. Net rating takes into account both offense and defense. So even though their scoring numbers aren't great, their elite defense is making up for it. They're grinding out wins, making teams uncomfortable, and turning every game into a battle. And then there's their PIE, which is also 6th. PIE, or Player Impact Estimate, measures how much control a team has over the game, and the Lakers are right near the top of the league in that category. That means they're dictating the pace, forcing teams to play their style, and keeping games exactly where they want them. When you add it all up, the Lakers are winning because they're making life miserable for their opponents. They're not running up the score or outshooting teams, but they don't have to. They're suffocating teams on defense, playing smart, disciplined basketball, and finding ways to win. If their offense catches up even a little bit, they could be a serious problem for the rest of the league. Right now, they're proving that you don't have to score a ton to be successful. They're shutting teams down, controlling the game, and showing that elite defense still wins games in today's NBA. And if they keep this up, they're going to keep winning, whether their offense wakes up or not. But let's look at the two games against the Clippers. Let's look at tonight first. The Lakers are on an absolute roll, and their latest win over the Clippers just solidifies how dominant they've been lately. With a 108-102 victory, they took down their crosstown rivals for the second time in 3 days, proving once again that this team is no joke. The way they're playing right now, both offensively and defensively, is why they've shot up the standings and look like one of the toughest teams to beat in the league. But let's be real. This game wasn't just about the final score. It was about the way the Lakers controlled the game for long stretches, made huge plays when it mattered most, and once again, leaned on their elite defense to shut things down. The stats tell the full story, and what the Lakers are doing compared to the rest of the league is something special. Luka had another big night, leading the way with 29 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, and 2 steals. He's been everything the Lakers hoped for. And even though his shooting splits haven't been the most efficient, he's still putting up huge numbers. Right now, he's averaging 21 points per game as a Laker, and this is basically his floor. Once he gets more comfortable and his percentages climb, he's going to be even scarier. But even as it stands, he's been a force every night, making plays for himself and his teammates while taking control of the offense. By the way, if you guys enjoy these deep dives, I'll be posting every day during this season. I genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks. Anyways, the Lakers, and then there's Dalton Connect. The rookie stepped up big time, dropping 19 points while grabbing 4 rebounds and picking up 2 steals. He's proving that he's more than ready for this stage, and he's giving the Lakers another reliable scoring option when they need it most. With Austin Reeves and Rui both out, they've had to rely on different guys to fill in, and Connect has done exactly that. Of course, no Lakers game is complete without LeBron James stuffing the stat sheet. 17 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Just another night for him. And on top of all that, he's now just 1 point away from becoming the first player in NBA history to reach 50,000 combined points in the regular season and playoff. That's a number that doesn't even seem real. He already owns the all-time scoring record, and now he's about to hit another milestone that no one else has ever touched. Jared Vanderbilt didn't need to score a lot to make an impact, finishing with 8 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 blocks. He's been a defensive monster, grabbing boards and contesting shots like he always does. The energy and hustle he brings to every game don't always show up in the box score, but they make a massive difference. Gabe Vincent added 9 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. Another solid, all-around performance. He's been a key piece in the rotation, giving the Lakers steady play on both ends of the floor. He's not the flashiest player, but he does all the little things that help this team win. Dorian Finney-Smith chipped in with 11 points, 4 rebounds, and a steal. He's another guy whose versatility has been huge for the Lakers. Whether it's knocking down shots, grabbing rebounds, or playing solid defense, Jackson Hayes also made his presence felt, putting up 6 points, 7 rebounds, and a steal. Every time he's on the floor, he gives the Lakers size and athleticism. But as great as those individual performances were, the real reason the Lakers won this game was their defense. Again, the Clippers have some serious firepower, but the Lakers completely shut them down for long stretch. The most insane stat? The Clippers didn't score a single point for the last 7 minutes and 35 seconds of the second quarter. Let that sink in. A team with Kawhi Leonard and Harden could not put the ball in the basket for nearly 8 minutes straight. That's how dominant the Lakers defense has been. Kawhi still had a huge night, dropping a season-high 33 points, but it wasn't enough. The Clippers made a late push, cutting what was once a 21-point lead down to just 5. But when it came down to crunch time, they couldn't finish the job. They missed their final 6 shots, and the Lakers closed it out. This isn't just a one-game thing either. The Lakers have been on fire lately. They've won 16 of their last 19 games, and they've been doing it against quality opponents. They've won 11 straight games against teams with a record of 500 or better. That's not just a good stretch of basketball. That's a sign that this team is playing like a legitimate contender. And it's not like they've had an easy road. They've been dealing with injuries, playing a tough schedule, and still finding ways to win. Their last 22 games, 18-4. That's one of the best records in the league over that span. And it shows just how locked in they are right now. And here's the thing, they've climbed all the way to the 2nd seed in the Western Conference. At 38-21, they're not just scraping by, they're dominating. They're playing winning basketball every night, and it all starts with their defense. Right now, their defense is setting the tone for everything. They're making teams uncomfortable, forcing bad shots, and controlling the pace of games. Even when their offense isn't firing on all cylinders, they're still finding ways to win. That's the mark of a great team. This win over the Clippers was just another example of what the Lakers have been doing all season long. They get big performances from their stars, contributions from their role players, and elite defense that makes life miserable for the other team. That's why they keep winning. Something special is definitely brewing with this team. They're beating good teams, playing together, and proving that they belong near the top of the Western Conference. If they keep this up, they're going to be a serious problem for the rest of the league, and there's no sign of them slowing down anytime soon. And what's crazy is, the first game might have been even more wild. The Lakers pulled off another huge win against the Clippers, taking them down 106-102 on the second night of a back-to-back. It was their 5th straight victory, and another example of how dominant they've been. Even with a depleted lineup, they were missing 2 starters, playing with minimal rest, and still found a way to grind out another tough win. The defense was once again the key, and Luka and LeBron James led the way with big performances. Luka had himself a night, putting up 31 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals. And he did it on his 26th birthday. He came up clutch when it mattered most, scoring 10 points in the 4th quarter to help seal the win. He wasn't just scoring either. His playmaking was on full display, and he made key passes down the stretch to keep the Lakers ahead. LeBron was just as dominant. He finished with 28 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 assists, leading the charge on both ends of the floor. He controlled the glass, kept the Lakers steady, and once again showed why he's still one of the most reliable players in the league. The Lakers needed every bit of his production, and he delivered. Dorian Finney-Smith chipped in with 7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. He's been a consistent presence in the lineup, doing the little things that don't always get noticed. His rebounding and passing helped keep the offense moving, and he made an impact on the defensive end as well. Jackson Hayes had a solid night, finishing with 5 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. He didn't put up huge numbers, but those 2 blocks were massive. The Lakers have made it clear all season that protecting the paint is a priority, and Hayes made sure the Clippers weren't getting easy looks inside. Austin Reeves started the game but was only able to play briefly before leaving in the first quarter with calf soreness. The Lakers were already missing Rui, and losing Reeves that early could have been a huge problem. But the team adjusted, found production from other players, and still pulled off the win. Off the bench, Jared Vanderbilt had 3 points, 5 rebounds, and a steal. His defensive energy made a big difference. Even though his scoring was limited, he's the type of player who impacts the game in ways that don't always show up in the box score, whether it's grabbing tough rebounds or forcing opponents into bad shots. Trey Jemison III stepped up with 5 points, 6 rebounds, and a block. The Lakers have been getting solid production from unexpected places, and Jemison's effort on the glass helped them maintain control. Gabe Vincent played a key role in this one, finishing with 7 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, and a huge 4 steals. That's lockdown defense. The Lakers have been elite at forcing turnovers, and Vincent was a big part of that in this game. He disrupted passing lanes, applied pressure on the ball, and helped create extra possessions. Jordan Goodwin added 6 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and 3 steals. Another strong defensive effort. The Lakers made life miserable for the Clippers, forcing bad shots and taking away easy scoring opportunities. Goodwin's ability to contest shots and grab rebounds gave them a big boost off the bench. Dalton Connect finished with 8 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 block, and 1 steal. The rookie continues to step up when needed, giving the Lakers another scoring option, while also making plays on the defensive end. The Lakers' defense was the difference in this one. They forced James Harden into a brutal shooting night. He finished with just 5 makes on 22 attempts, including 1 for 10 from 3-point range. Kawhi Leonard managed to score 21 points, but the Lakers made him work for every single one of them. The biggest challenge came from Ivica Zubac, who had a season-high 27 points and 16 rebounds. But in the end, the Lakers' defensive pressure proved to be too much. The fourth quarter was all about closing, and Luka made sure the Lakers didn't let this one slip away. Their lead was down to just 4, with just over 2 minutes left, and that's when Doncic took over. He found LeBron for a layup to push the lead back to 6. The Clippers had a chance to respond, but Harden missed back-to-back 3-pointers. And on the next possession, Doncic set up Jackson Hayes for a dunk, making it a 106-98 game. That sequence sealed it, and the Lakers held on for the win. This wasn't just another victory. It was their 11th win in 13 games, and it showed once again why they're such a dangerous team. They've been winning with defense, forcing opponents into tough shots, and stepping up in clutch moments. Even without key players, they've continued to find ways to grind out wins. Doncic's performance also put him in elite company. He's now 6th in NBA history in total points scored before turning 26, finishing this game with 12,205 career points. The only players ahead of him, LeBron, Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, Tracy McGrady, and Kobe Bryant. He actually finished this game just 10 points behind Kobe's total of 12,215. That's the kind of company he's in, and he's still got plenty of time to climb that list even further. What makes this win even more impressive is the circumstances surrounding it. The Lakers were coming off a tough game the night before, playing on minimal rest, and still managed to outwork the Clippers. Winning a rivalry game is never easy, but doing it with a depleted lineup on a back-to-back makes it even more meaningful. Their defense continues to be the foundation of their success. The Lakers have won 11 straight games against teams with a record of 500 or better, which is a clear sign that they're not just beating up on weaker opponents. They're taking down quality teams and doing it consistently. This win also pushed them to their 6th straight victory overall, and their position in the standings keeps improving. At 38-21, they've climbed to the 2nd seed in the Western Conference. That's a massive jump, and the way they've been playing lately, they look like one of the most complete teams in the league. The Lakers needed to dig deep to get this win, and they proved once again that they're built for these kinds of tough games. They got big performances from their stars, key contributions from their role players, and elite defense that made the difference. Now, with 2 wins over the Clippers in 3 days, they've shown that they own this city rivalry for now. More importantly, they've made it clear to the rest of the league that they're a legitimate contender. With the way they're playing, They don't just look like a good team, they look like a team that's capable of making a deep playoff run. This was just another step in their incredible stretch of basketball, and if they keep this up, they're going to be a serious problem for the rest of the league. Overall though, the Lakers just swept the Clippers, and the crazy part, they're not even playing their best basketball. It hasn't been pretty, it hasn't been high scoring, and it definitely hasn't been effortless, but they just keep finding ways to win. That's what separates good teams from great ones. They don't need everything to be perfect. They don't need to be firing on all cylinders every night. They just need to keep doing what works. And right now, that's playing some of the toughest defense in the league. There's something about this team that just clicks when the game is on the line. They've shown time and time again that even when things get close, even when teams make a late push, they're going to lock in and finish strong. These two wins over the Clippers are the perfect examples. The first game, the Clippers had their chances. They cut the lead down, they had momentum, and the Lakers just shut them down. The second game, same story. The Clippers made a late push, but when it came to crunch time, the Lakers slammed the door. That's not something you can teach. That's not about X's and O's or game plans. It's about mentality. It's about a team that knows how to win. A team that refuses to let games slip away. And the thing is, this isn't some short hot streak. This has been happening for weeks. The Lakers have been rolling, and they're doing it against quality opponents. They're not just beating struggling teams, they're taking down teams that are fighting for playoff positioning, teams that are supposed to be just as good as them, if not better. And what makes this stretch even more impressive is that they're doing it with key players missing time. This team isn't even fully healthy. They've had to make adjustments, rely on different guys stepping up, and shift their rotations constantly, but none of it has slowed them down. If anything, it's made them even tougher. They've shown that no matter who's on the court, they're going to play their game, they're going to defend at a high level, and they're going to give themselves a chance to win. That's what makes this team scary. This isn't a team that's just relying on talent. They're not just outscoring teams. They're grinding out wins, making life miserable for opponents, and finding ways to get it done. And if they're doing this now, imagine what they'll look like when they're at full strength. The Lakers are proving that you don't have to put up flashy numbers to be dominant. You don't have to blow teams out to be one of the best in the league. You just have to make every game a battle, make every possession tough, and control the things you can control. That's what they've been doing, and that's why they keep winning. So yeah, they just swept the Clippers. And if they keep playing like this, it's not going to be the last time they make a statement. The rest of the league better start paying attention. If you guys enjoyed this, I'll be posting every day during this season. I genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks for watching.